Good morning, everyone. For the past few weeks, we have seen many students protest over the NEET paper leak. The suicide of students have left many mourning. The education minister had to resign. Whenever there is a change in political leadership, educators naturally ask whether education policies will change. If the reported resignation or removal of Dharmendra Pradhan is followed by a change in the Union Education Ministry, medical education in India will not change overnight. Admissions, curriculum, recognition of colleges, and examinations are governed by institutions, laws, and political policies that continue regardless of who is the minister. However, leadership changes can influence the speed and direction of reforms. Recent reports indicate that the resignation followed nationwide protests over examination irregularities, and the government has announced a broader review of the examination system. But today we are not discussing politics. I, Nirmala Thakur, your host, once again we discuss school education. Instead, today we will examine what usually changes, what usually remains stable, and why schools remain the most important institutions in preparing India's future medical professionals. Why this discussion matters. Nearly 25 lakh students appear for NEET every year. Less than 5% obtain MBBS seats. Demand for medical education continues to rise. Schools influence success much before NEET preparation begins. Medical education begins long before a student enters medical college. It begins in classrooms, laboratories, libraries, and through teacher mentorship. Schools therefore become the foundation of India's healthcare workforce. During his tenure, emphasis was placed on implementing NEP 2020. Many reforms are institutional reforms rather than personal initiatives. These continue through ministries and statutory bodies. The major educational initiatives during the tenure of Dharmendra Pradhan were NEP 2020 implementation, the implementation of National Curriculum Framework, digital education, skill education, Indian knowledge systems, Parak assessment reforms, mother tongue learning, AI, and technology integration. Medical education is an ecosystem. Schools are the first stage. If schools fail, medical colleges cannot compensate completely. So, in the healthcare system, we have schools, the NEET examinations, the medical colleges, the National Medical Council or the NMC, and the hospitals. Can one minister change everything? The reality is no. Policies usually continue even when ministers change. Leadership may alter priorities, timelines, funding emphasis, or implementation strategies, but structural reforms generally persist unless formally revised. The major reforms involve the Parliament, the National Medical Council, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, the states, the universities, and the courts. A new minister may focus on different priorities. Possible areas include entrance examinations, digital infrastructure, vocational pathways, and school curriculum implementation. The direction depends on future government decisions. The possible areas that could change is the reforms in the NEET examination, entrance examination format, coaching regulations, digital education, curriculum implementation, budget priorities, AI integration, and vocational education. Most long-term reforms have institutional backing. Implementation may evolve, but schools should continue preparing for competency-based learning, technology integration, and foundational skills. Waiting until class 11 to begin medical preparation creates unnecessary pressure. Schools should build scientific curiosity, reasoning, and problem solving from the primary years onwards. Schools are medical talent incubators. Doctors need more than marks. They require ethics, communication, observation, research skills, and empathy. Schools cultivate these qualities. Medical science is becoming interdisciplinary. Doctors increasingly use AI, genomics, digital health, and data science. Schools should expose students to these emerging fields. Schools need strong STEM ecosystems like laboratories, robotics, AI, coding, biology clubs, health clubs, science exhibitions, innovation labs, etc. Healthcare offers many meaningful careers beyond MBBS. Schools should guide students towards diverse pathways based on aptitude and interest. Apart from MBBS, the other professions are nursing, physiotherapy, pharmacy, biotechnology, biomedical engineering, public health, clinical research, genetics, AI in healthcare. Leading education systems emphasize inquiry, laboratories, teamwork, and communication from school onwards. Medical admissions often assess broader competencies in addition to academic performance. Medical preparation creates anxiety, depression, burnout in preparing for the competition. Schools should provide counseling, wellness program, and parental education. Supporting students' well-being is essential for sustainable academic success. Counseling and balanced expectations help students navigate competitive examinations. Teachers shape confidence, curiosity, and resilience. A teacher who inspires scientific thinking can influence a student's entire career trajectory. School leaders create the conditions for excellence through infrastructure, partnerships, and a culture that values inquiry. Role of school leadership is to build a STEM culture, develop partnerships, invite doctors, promote research, strengthen laboratories, track students' aspiration. The following are the recommendations for school. Start career counseling from grade 6 onwards. Medical aptitude programs should be held. AI-enabled science learning, health education, community health projects, hospital visits, research fairs, and student internships. These initiatives help students make informed career choices and develop practical understanding of healthcare. Regardless of ministerial changes, sustained improvement depends on schools fostering foundational learning, scientific inquiry, and ethical values. Leadership changes may influence policy priorities, but schools remain the strongest predictor of future medical excellence. Strong schools produce strong doctors. Every classroom can inspire a future doctor, researcher, nurse, or public health leader. By investing in strong science education, mentorship, ethics, and student well being, schools become the true starting point of a healthier nation. The minister's departure does not itself alter medical education policy. The more significant issue is whether the government uses this moment to strengthen the credibility of entrance examinations and improve governance. If the announced examination reforms are implemented effectively, the main beneficiaries would likely to be future NEET candidates and medical institutions through a more reliable and transparent admissions process. Thank you for listening to this podcast. Kindly like, share, and subscribe to my channel.